We were rear-ended by a flatbed tow truck that had 2 cars on it. It was like the strength and the power of 3 cars smashing us from behind. It folded our car like an accordion. Total loss. What's up? Welcome back to another vlog with Chris Record. Hopefully you guys are enjoying the show so far. Every single day we're bringing you another vlog, a combination of education and entertainment. We call it edutainment. Hopefully you're enjoying the skits and the characters, and I really appreciate each and every single one of you for watching every single day. If you're enjoying the show so far, make sure to hit that subscribe button. We'd love to welcome you to the family. With that being said, I've got a lot planned for you today. We've got a book review from Sunny D. You guys are gonna absolutely love it. We've got a new segment we're gonna call Coaching with Chris, where you guys can ask questions and I'm gonna answer them. Let's go ahead and kick off the day. Going way back to this morning when Ryan Gillette, AKA G Money, showed up back from Vegas. If you guys remember, he went off on a mission. He had 4.5 hours to drive all the way to Las Vegas, sign some paperwork for us, and get back here. And now he's back, and I'm glad to have him with us. Let's get this day started. Oh, look who it is. What's up, G Money? G Money in the house. What's up, dude? What's up?
What up, bro?
Good to see you,
yeah, dude.
It's been a while.
Yep, Superman's in the house. Let's make it happen.
Nice, nice. What's up, you guys, and welcome to another session of Coaching with Chris. This is where you guys get to ask questions in the comments, and I'll pick 1 or 2 of them and I'll answer them in an upcoming vlog. Today's question comes from Ryan. Ryan said, Chris, how do you learn skills so quickly? You just picked up videography and taught yourself Adobe Premiere. How are you learning skills so quickly? Ryan, that's a great question. So here's the thing. My first advice is never stop learning. So many people go to school and then as soon as they're done with school, they stop learning. They replace books and knowledge with Netflix and movies. Instead of learning new skills, they go out and they party with friends. Not that it's bad, but never stop learning. The second piece of advice is see yourself as a teacher, not a student. As a student, the teacher just talks to you a lot. At best, you retain only a small part of it. If you consider yourself a teacher, you're gonna learn a new skill knowing you've gotta turn around and teach it to somebody. So the way that I learn new skills so well is I always imagine myself having to be able to explain it to somebody the next day. So if I'm gonna sit there and learn video editing, I'm gonna learn the basics enough that you can put me in front of a classroom tomorrow and I could teach it. It's this simple. Treat yourself as the teacher, not as the student. And my last tip is keep it simple. Take Adobe Premiere, for example. When I started teaching myself Adobe Premiere, I kept it very, very simple. The program is completely overwhelming. He taught me 4 or 5 shortcuts. This is how you split a clip. This is how you delete a section. This is how you move them together. Here's how you export it out. And here's how you save it so you can publish it to YouTube. I learned the basics. Become a master of the basics. Don't try to learn everything overnight. Just become a master of the basics and go from there. So this was a quick session of Coaching with Chris. If you guys have any questions you want me to answer in the vlogs, ask them in the comments below, and maybe I'll pick your question in an upcoming episode. Back to you, future Chris. All right, hopefully you guys are enjoying those coaching sessions. Again, if you wanna ask a question, just drop it in the comments below and I'll start picking at least 1 or 2 questions every single episode. I'll do my best to answer them. Next, we got my mentor, Sunny D. Today, he's gonna review another book. And what I love about Sunny D is he gets straight to the point. And in today's book review, he has a little fun with it. Roll the clip. What's up? It's your boy, Sunny D. Chris Record called me and said, can you review The Power of Broke? I said, The Power of what? Broke? That ain't in my vocabulary. All Sunny D know is racks on racks on racks. But you know Sunny D like to read. I read about a book a minute, you heard? This book here don't take long to know what it's about. This dude trying to say there's power in being broke. Sunny D said, that's a joke. They should rewrite this book by Sunny D and call it The Power of Rich. Let's try to see what this fool trying to say. Now, we'll agree with this guy here, cause he said empty pockets and no budget, it gonna make you hungry. Yeah, it gonna make you hungry. You got no money, you gonna be eating that top ramen. Although Sunny D likes some top ramen. So I guess what this man trying to say is, if you're broke, you're hungry. And if you're hungry, you gonna get some money. And if you go get some money, you gonna attract all the ladies. I think that's what he's saying. I think I seen this guy on TV. He was on like the Shark Tank. You know what they need to do? They need to call it the Pimp Tank and invite your boy Sunny D to run the show. So I guess what you need to do is cop this book and you can turn them empty sacks into racks on racks on racks on racks. Link in the bio. All right, hopefully you guys enjoyed that. Then it was time for us to go run some errands. We went ahead and did some shopping. We went and got some food, and I even busted a little freestyle rap for you. Let's go ahead and roll the day. We're doing some errands today, but we heard about this place called Creamistry, where they have these creamologists that handcraft ice cream with liquid nitrogen. We have got to try this out. Let's see how good it is. Yo, I'm hanging at Five Guys, snacking on large fries, stunner shades on, you can't see my eyes. Why they call it Five Guys, it should have been 4. If you divide up the money, you get 20% more. Now I'm getting hungry, man, it's time for a break. Got my bacon cheeseburger, I'm finna drink your shake. But I don't really care for these peanuts, dog. That's all for now, man, back to the vlog. All right, so after we got done running errands and getting some food in our bellies, it was time to go shopping. But not shopping for clothes, shopping for cars. As I said earlier, every 6 months I give away another car. Here to you guys, my following. It's a way for me to be able to motivate you and inspire you to take action and get results. So we went car shopping. I'm trying to figure out what the next car giveaway is gonna be. So let's go ahead and roll the montage and show you what I got in mind. Roll the clip. You guys, I'm at the dealership right now. We are checking out cars. I'm looking for my next car giveaway. As you guys know, every 6 months, I like to give away a car. I think I may have found the car. I'm gonna show it to you guys, and then let me know in the comments if you want this to be my next car giveaway. Check it out. Woo! Yeah! That was fun. I love talking about cars. I love talking about giveaways, but now it's time to talk about my story. Every single vlog episode, I share another piece of my story with you. Today, I'm gonna talk about something that was devastating, a car crash. Roll the clip. Okay, you guys, it's that time again. For the record, it is story time. And today I'm gonna share with you about an injury that I've had for the last decade that has literally been one of the biggest struggles of my life, and people don't even know about it. I'm also gonna talk to you about how this injury has been a huge adversity for me that I've had to overcome. And I really haven't talked a lot about it, but about a decade ago, I got into a car accident. It was a pretty major car accident. I ended up with severe whiplash, and ever since then, I've kind of been known as like the bobblehead. If you ever see me doing public speaking, you ever see me kind of twist my head like that, it's bobblehead. Even a decade later, it's difficult for me to get out of bed in the morning. I have cramps all down my back. I have to constantly go get massages every single week, even a decade later. Now, of course, I'm blessed, I'm grateful, and I'm thankful that it's not worse. I'm not paralyzed. I have full use of my body. So listen, I am thankful. But at the same time, I wanted to share with you this crazy story of this time that I was in a car accident. Okay, so here you go. About a decade ago, my girlfriend and I were financially struggling. We were flat broke. We were getting evicted from our house. And in a last-ditch effort to try to get some money, I ran across a guy who owned a furniture business. My girlfriend and I drove to this guy's business and we pitched him a business plan and basically said, would you be willing to invest in us? We're a good investment. Believe in us. We're gonna make big things happen. He had led us on to believe that he would invest. So this was the final day he just had to make a decision. And we sat there across from his table and he looked at us and said, you know what? At this time, I just can't invest. Now here's the problem. We were counting on that investment. We were depending on that investment. Without that, I was ready to give up entrepreneurship. And so we're driving back home to our little apartment that we're getting ready to be evicted from. And I'm on the phone with my mom. And I'm talking to my mom and I'm letting her know. She's going, did it go through? Did it go through? I told my mom, no, it didn't go through. My mom says, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? I said, Mom, I think I'm just gonna move back home. And it was at that moment right there that I was giving up on entrepreneurship. And while this was going on, my girlfriend was driving. We had come to a spot where 2 lanes were merging into one. So my girlfriend merged into the proper lane and then immediately there was a red light, so she came to a stop. As soon as she came to a stop, she looked in the rearview mirror and she looked over at me and said, oh my God. And as soon as she looked at me, I was on the phone with my mom, just leaning forward, depressed and sad. I looked over at her like this, like it was in slow motion. I can remember this vividly. I'm on the phone, I look over like this. And right when I looked over at her with her terrified look in her eyes, we were rear-ended. My neck snapped back, forward, hit the dash, and then came back like this. So I had my neck sideways and it kind of toggled and bobbled like that. That would go on to haunt me for years and years and years. But check out how this story plays out. It is absolutely crazy. Next thing you know, I black out. I don't really know. I come in and out of consciousness a little bit. I black out, I'm shook up, and all I remember is that cops were there. And the cops were asking me if I was okay, and I said I needed water. I felt dehydrated. We were in Sacramento, California. It was over 100 degrees. So the cops were telling me they didn't have water, but that an ambulance was on its way. And I could hear the sirens of the ambulance. And I'm gonna tell you something that was absolutely absolutely crazy. This is mind-blowing. Like, think about it like this. If you were dunked underwater, the only thing you'd be able to think about is oxygen, is breathing, right? If I took your head and I dumped it underwater, all you'd be able to think about is breathing. That's exactly how I felt, but instead of water, I was financially dunked underwater and all I could think about was money. So in that moment, when I heard the sirens going, when I was in and out of consciousness, and when the cop was asking if I was all right, what did I say? I told the cop, yes, I'm fine. Call off the ambulance. We do not need the ambulance. I'm gonna be okay. Why on earth did I do that? Just stupid, right? Why did I do that? Here's why. I was afraid of the medical bills. I was afraid of the hospital bills. I've heard horror stories from my friends that when you get an ambulance, it costs you so much money. We live in the United States of America where you pay for your own healthcare and stuff like that. I didn't have any healthcare. I didn't have any insurance. I was flat broke. There's no way I was gonna go into debt. So I told the officer I was all right. This is crazy. I call up my friend Glenn. I say, Glenn, can you please come pick us up? We've been in a car accident. He comes and picks us up. He takes us to my friend Steve, who's a chiropractor. The chiropractor lays me down on the table and he starts adjusting me. He tells me, you know what? If I keep coming in, I'll be all right. So I went home that night. Now listen, this is where it gets crazy. The very next day, I was in a little bit more pain, just slightly more pain, right? The next day I woke up, my entire body was in pure pain. It was a struggle to get up. By the third day, I could not even get out of bed. I couldn't even dress myself. You wanna talk about a humbling experience? I had to have my girlfriend put clothes on me. This was embarrassing. This was frustrating. Now to make matters worse, every single day I was going to the chiropractor. Every single day I was struggling just to be able to sit in a chair. I couldn't sit for longer than 15 minutes at a time. Fast forward a few months later, we've got to go to court over the issue. Since I'm broke, I get an attorney who can take the case on contingency, meaning that he's gonna get paid once we win the case. And I'm thinking for sure we're gonna win because I was rear-ended in the state of California. We were rear-ended by a flatbed tow truck that had 2 cars on it. It was like the strength and the power of 3 cars smashing us from behind. It folded our car like an accordion. Total loss. So I'm meeting up with this lawyer and the commercial tow truck company, they are represented by the biggest insurance company in California. They have the top lawyer in the entire state. This woman was nicknamed the Pit Bull because she won every single case. So here we were, 2 little small broke kids represented by a lawyer on contingency. And here they were, a big commercial company represented by the best lawyer in the state. Our lawyer got together with their lawyer and they went in a private room. When they came back out, my lawyer sat me down. He said, Chris, things have changed. He said, that lawyer has an eyewitness that was a bicyclist that said that you swooped in front of them at the last minute and hit the brakes and forced them to crash into you. I said, there's no way. That absolutely is fake. That cannot be true. He said, somehow they found a witness that is gonna say this. And he said, not only that, Chris, but they said that if you don't back out right now, they're gonna use all their power to sue you. And he said, I can't represent you. There's no way you're gonna win this case. He said, if you walk right now, I'll charge you nothing on legal fees. He says, my advice is just to walk right now. Now, what would you do? A couple young, broke, struggling kids that are just told by a lawyer that they're gonna lose the case if they don't walk? We walked. Now, in my mind, it was crazy. I was thinking we'd get some settlement or something. We walked. Then I was responsible for all of those chiropractic bills, thousands of dollars in chiropractic bills that the chiropractor made me pay because we couldn't collect. So here I was, my life was just getting worse. I was injured. I had whiplash, literally almost paralyzed. I could barely move my neck for weeks at a time. I had to sit in a chair with a brace on for weeks at a time. You guys, this was a big struggle for me. That smash, that impact changed the outcome of my life. And it still haunts me to this day. Here's the honest truth. Even as I sit here recording right now, my entire back is in pain from this position, which is why you see me stand up and talk so much, because it's the only position that feels good. When I sit like this in a chair, I can actually feel the pain in my back. Still to this day, over a decade later. You guys, that was a powerful accident that hit my life. But here's the thing. While I was sitting there struggling with whiplash, struggling with depression, struggling to pay my bills, struggling to stay in our apartment, I came across an opportunity that would change the entire direction of my life. I would go from a broke kid with a 485 credit score and a negative bank account to generating over $1 million in sales, over $500,000 in commissions, and changing my life forever. But I'm gonna save that story for an upcoming vlog. Hopefully you guys enjoyed today's story. It's a real thing that happened to me that I still suffer from to this day. Thankfully, it's not as bad as actually being paralyzed. Thankfully, it wasn't worse. Thankfully, I didn't die. And hopefully you're enjoying getting to know a little bit more about my story with each and every vlog. Back to you, future Chris. All right, you guys, that wraps up today's vlog, and thank you so much for watching this far. Before you go, do me a favor. Make sure to hit the like button on this video. Make sure to hit the subscribe button and click the bell to receive notifications. I want to welcome you into the family. We are the record breakers. We are shattering records out there. We are breaking records out there. We are setting records out there. We're a family of people who want to be entertained but also educated. We're a family that loves to learn, that loves to grow together, that wants to have success and abundance. If you believe in that mission, then join the family, join this crew. We're making big things happen, and I'm vlogging for you every single day, 365 days in a row. Thank you so much for being a loyal follower. Thank you for watching the episodes, but it's time to wrap it up. I've got to go. I'll see you in the next vlog. Peace.